Coming up on Fulton today, firefighters all across the country reassess their safety protocols after the recent hostage situation in Gwinnett County. We'll hear from Fulton's fire chief. And citizens struggling to resolve legal matters can get free assistance from attorneys next month. We'll tell you where and when. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. Just a few weeks after Gwinnett County firefighters escape a daring hostage situation, some first responders from all across the U.S. are rethinking their standard operating procedures. Larry Few is Fulton County's fire chief. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thank you for having me here today.
Well, Chief, I guess first things first, we're all quite grateful that the Gwinnett County firefighters escaped serious injury. I guess my first question is, how does a fire department prepare for situations like that?
Well, it's very difficult to prepare for situations like this. However, we have to make the preparations that we think are necessary so that our people, when they respond to calls, that they're able to render the assistance and render that assistance and come away safely. So, what we will do is on those calls that we have responded to, and there has been repeated calls where there may have been patients that were highly agitated or irritated about some condition or situations, we have to communicate those to the police department so that we actively make a decision as to whether or not they should respond with us on those calls.
And I mentioned that other fire service personnel across the country say that this incident and that other incident up north where some firefighters were shot and some killed has got folks rethinking some of their safety protocols. How do you feel about that?
Well, we do have a standard operating procedure in responding to situations where there may have been some type of aggressive action. Certainly, we are going to review our standard operating procedures to get them in line with what we are responding to these days, and just take a very close look to try to keep our people safe when they respond.
And sir, what are your overall thoughts as it relates to this and the safety of our first responders?
Well, safety of our personnel, that's paramount. We risk a lot to save a lot, and we will do that each and every day. On these calls where we respond to that are kind of out of the norm like this call was, my heart goes out to the department and to the personnel that was involved in this particular call. It is not a call that I have seen in my career a lot, but it does happen. You only can try to train and prepare your personnel to respond and respond appropriately in situations like that. And I do think that there is now more of an opportunity for us to communicate with the police department on some of those calls that we may go on that could reach that level where personnel are taken hostage or even someone takes a shot at them. I think we have to now establish very open and frank communications with our police department so that we are prepared to handle the next call.
And Chief, your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are that here in the Fulton County Fire Rescue Department, our mission is to provide fire, life safety, and support services that are relationship focused and results oriented. And we will strive to meet that mission each and every day when we deliver the services to our citizens. We also have a responsibility that our people are highly trained and skilled to deliver a service that is second to none, and that when they deliver that service, they're able to go home the next day to their families.
All right, Fulton County Fire Chief Larry Few, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
County judges and public safety officials welcomed the Georgia Moving Memorial Wall to Atlanta. The Honor Guard saluted the arrival of the 28-foot-long mobile monument. The names of 3 Atlanta police officers who lost their lives in the line of duty last year were unveiled by family members.
More than 600 individuals, 680 to be exact, have lost their life through 2012, really protecting citizens throughout our state.
The Fallen Heroes Memorial Tour is sponsored by the Blue Knights Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club, along with the Concerns of Police Survivors organization. Well, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office is starting its own community information sharing program. It's called Citizens Academy. The 6-week program gives residents an overview of the Sheriff's Office, including its role in the community.
We'll get to see the entire Sheriff's Office. We'll take them behind the scenes and let them meet the employees. We have really great caliber employees that they wouldn't normally see. They get to see them all within a six-week period, 2 hours per night.
Students will get a first-hand look at deputies' firearm and self-defense training, court services, and crime suppression. They will even learn more about the inner workings of the county jail.
I think everybody wants to be a police officer, a sheriff's officer, or, you know, whatever, deputies. And it's exciting to me to learn all this.
A graduation ceremony will wrap up the 6-week program. To learn more about the next session, you can contact the Sheriff's Office. Each year, thousands of residents need legal assistance or the help of an attorney, but the high cost of justice often keeps them from getting that help. Well, next month, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office and the Gate City Bar Association is offering free legal advice. Kenya Johnson is the South Fulton prosecutor, and she's here to tell us all about it. Kenya, welcome to Fulton today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
So, Kenya, I understand from my notes that this is the Gate City Bar Association's community law clinic, that it's happening, and it's happening next month. Talk to us about the importance of these kinds of events.
The reason the Gate City Community Law Clinic is so important is that it's linking people in need of legal assistance with volunteer attorneys in the form of free 15-minute consultations.
And now speak to what kinds of information that people who attend the clinic that they will receive.
The law clinic will cover information in the areas of criminal law, foreclosure, bankruptcy, and family law. So if you have any matters such as child custody, visitation, divorce, or you're trying to choose between foreclosure or a short sale, or you have criminal matters, come down to the law clinic and get some great advice.
And Kenya, do they need to pre-register, and what kinds of things do they need to bring with them to the clinic?
Before coming to the clinic, you do not need to pre-register. It's going to be on a walk-in basis. So before you discuss your legal matters, we're advising everyone to bring all the paperwork they have associated with their legal matter.
And your final comments.
The Gate City Bar Association is the oldest minority bar association in the state. The idea is to link people that are in need of legal services with attorneys that are able to help. So we encourage everyone to tell your family and friends to come out and allow us to be able to serve the community in this way. We hope to empower citizens with information, and perhaps they can walk away knowing that they can handle their matter themselves, or what to expect if they have to hire an attorney.
All right, Community Prosecutor Kenya Johnson, great information. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks again for having me.
Well, again, the clinic is May 18th at Greenbrier Mall from 12 noon to 4 p.m. You can reserve your slot for a free one-on-one consultation by logging on to the Gate City Bar Association website or by calling their office. Students attending Fulton County Citizens University spend their second week in class learning all about how the finance team keeps the county going. Students heard from the finance department and their role in managing the county's money, ranging from the budget to millage rates.
The budget presentation was actually quite interesting because I didn't know they hadn't changed the millage rate in the past couple years, so that was very enlightening to find that out, especially in comparison to the other counties and what's happened in the economy lately. That we've been able to hold the millage rate steady for this long it was very interesting.
The tax assessor's office explained the duties of maintaining tax maps and placing value on all taxable property in the county. The department also assists property owners with homestead exemption applications.
I was actually really surprised tonight about the tax assessor when he spoke about the different home exemptions and things of that sort. So I do look forward to learning more things that's happening in Fulton County.
Next week, students will spend class with the tax commissioner's office. And still to come, Fulton's new partnership with Brazil. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. Fulton officials seal another international partnership with Brazil, and members of the South Fulton Chamber of Commerce give the latest on the state of the county. Here's this week's District by District coverage.
We begin in District 1 with Chairman John Eves and Bahia, Brazil's Secretary of Racial Equality. Elias de Oliveira Sampaio joins the chairman to announce the partnership between Fulton County and the state of Bahia.
This partnership is similar to sister government partnerships, but it's very special. We're focusing in on about 4 or 5 specific areas, such as education, public health, arts and culture, and the promotion of justice and racial equality.
Bahia's state officials were thrilled about this new opportunity.
We understand in Bahia that Fulton County and mainly the Atlanta city is very close with our people. Our people is very similar.
Fulton County has participated in many international partnerships. Earlier this year, the governor of Benue State, Nigeria, met with county officials to share ideas. Last year, the chairman signed a memorandum of understanding with the state of Bahia to promote joint initiatives. In District 5, young adults were recognized for their creative writing skills at the Adamsville Collier Heights Library. Just in time for Teen Literature Day, youngsters were honored for their outstanding writing skills. The Teen Literature Day celebration was created to raise awareness about young adult literature.
We thank the neighbors and the parents at the Adamsville Collier Heights Library for providing this kind of support to our children as they have reached this important achievement.
Young authors were highlighted and their books were put on display for visitors to enjoy.
Teen Literature Day is a day where we try to display books that are frequently read by teens, Prince Awards, Alex Award. They're all the award books that are being read by teens now. So we have a display in the front of the library where we are hoping that teens will come in and just grab a book, take home for 28 days, enjoy, and encourage them to come back and read more and more every day.
Librarians all over the U.S. hosted events at their library branch or on the library's website to observe Teen Literature Day. In District 6, Commissioner Joan Garner speaks to community leaders and Zoo Atlanta officials about what the venue brings to the district and to the city of Atlanta. Her remarks came during the State of the Zoo breakfast.
It has all kinds of educational opportunities for adults as well as children. It has lots of amenities for our children. It really brings a benefit because it allows our citizens a well-rounded education about nature.
Raymond King, Zoo Atlanta's president and CEO, talked about the accomplishments and goals of the venue. Most recently, Zoo Atlanta applied for a city permit to build a new amphibian and reptile complex.
It's going to be, a state-of-the-art facility. We're going to, move into new footprints or expand the footprint of the zoo and build a state-of-the-art facility that will allow kids and adults to, experience one of the best collections in the country.
The new amphibian and reptile facility will replace the 51-year-old World of Reptiles building still hosting exhibits at the zoo. Year-round, residents can go to any library branch and check out a zoo pass for a family of 4. Visit the library's website for more information. And finally, in District 7, Commissioner William Bill Edwards serves as the keynote speaker at the South Fulton Chamber of Commerce quarterly membership luncheon. The commissioner addressed several issues during his State of the County address, including the recent legislation at the state capitol.
We're making some substantial changes, especially in South Fulton County, where we are bringing in new equipment. We're bringing some new businesses in. And then we're really looking forward to a strong business retention program.
Members of the South Fulton Chamber of Commerce expressed appreciation for the commissioner's remarks.
I'm very honored to be here today, especially to hear about the State of the County address from Commissioner Edwards, who always gives a full overview of what's going on in South Fulton and Fulton County in general. And they just keep us aware of the issues, and I think that's important for the business and civic interest here in South Fulton.
The South Fulton Chamber of Commerce hosts several workshops and events during the year. Visit their website at southfultonchamber.com. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Darrell Peak.
Thank you very much. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And when we come back, A look at who's taking advantage of the latest exercise craze, Zumba.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Spark Clinics are celebrating another successful round of spring health screenings. Over 6,000 people served in just 6.5 years. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has this story in this week's Common Ground Report.
I say it's been fantastic.
That sums up the feelings of the participants and organizers of the Spark Clinic at the Sadie G. Mays Health and Rehabilitation Center. Spark Clinics, held in the spring and fall of each year, feature health screenings of every kind imaginable.
Here today we have blood glucose, blood pressure, vision. We have the Women's Health Mobile Unit here doing clinical breast exams and referring people out for mammograms and Pap tests. No, it's just a great initiative. It's a wonderful collaboration between a bunch of partners in Atlanta that want to get out and make a difference and really get people screened in the community.
In addition to the screenings, this clinic featured entertainment for the seniors performed by seniors. Emily Wise, a volunteer at the center, came to have her blood pressure checked. She stresses the importance of the clinics to the neighborhood.
Very, very important because there are so many of us that do not get medical attention. And if we have a facility that can bring them in and furnish the service that they need, that's a beautiful thing.
And the best part?
It's free. It's free.
SPARK is an acronym for Sickness Prevention Achieved Through Regional Collaboration. Bringing together all of these community partners makes SPARK special.
We have had so many different groups, at least 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 different groups coming from the different senior centers. And they have come in and taken advantage of all the screenings and the entertainment and the free healthy snacks and drawings that we've had, thanks to our sponsors. So I think it's been an unqualified success.
In recent years, Medicare, food stamp, and even mental health information have been made available at the clinics.
Focusing on the healing of mind, body, and spirit. There are even yoga lessons at the Spark Clinics. My t-shirt says it all, Fulton County promoting good health on common ground. I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV in Southwest Atlanta.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Now, the Star Line will have information for you on that fall schedule. The number, 404-613-6000. And after getting good marks on that health screening, you may want to try a vigorous exercise class. And you can find one at your local library branch. This lively group is bouncing and dancing to the multi-ethnic rhythms of Zumba at the Roswell branch.
I'd just like to add that Zumba is a great exercise. I've been teaching it since 2007, and I've actually lost weight myself from the time that I first started teaching it. I started working with seniors first, then moved on to other age groups. And just doing that, learned a lot of different things, like you can modify the movements. You don't have to do everything that I do. You can just modify what the steps are.
Even at 11 o'clock in the morning, it's quite popular.
Yes, the class really benefits people in that it helps with posture. So the whole time I'm telling people, make sure you hold your abs in, because when you're doing any type of exercise, if you don't hold in your abs, it's going to start hurting your lower back. So the best thing about Zumba is that, we're working our hips, we're working our legs, arms, it's a total body workout. So you're working your body from head to toe.
Library patrons say they love the convenience of being able to work out and then find a good book, CD, or DVD. So now, just in time for light summer clothing and swimwear, there's a library exercise class near you. Go online to afpls.org or call the 34 Branch Systems main number. Well, April is Stress Awareness Month, and it just so happens to coincide with test-taking time for many students. Well, let the library's e-campus help ease yours and your child's anxiety.
The magical part is that each title
will link you to those services. And so here, I can just kind of quickly go down them: tutor.com, ePrep, Testing and Education Reference Center, Learning Express, Universal Class, and Ed2Go. And so those are the databases, and you would simply click on one of those databases to access the resources within them.
So whether it's the SAT in May and in June, or the ACT in June, or end of the year exams in elementary, middle, and high school, there is a free test preparation help on the eCampus.
We have options for standardized test prep as well as state standardized test prep. So if I clicked on the state standardized, I'll go up to Georgia. And then we get the CRCT packets, we get the EOCT, that's the end of course test that our high school students have to take. We have the GHS-GT. Now that's being phased out, but many students still need that reinforcement, and so that resource is available as well.
There's live help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week when you click on tutor.com. The only thing you need to get started is a library card, which you can obtain at any of the 34 branches of the Atlanta Fulton Public Library System. And still to come on Fulton Today, developing the love of reading early. Stay with us.
Watching Fulton Today.
Well, some county youth plan to keep their heads in the books all summer long. Arts Through the Pages is the County Art Center's summer camp theme. Yes, it's time to sign up. Students will explore the literary artistry of books, authors, and illustrators.
For our summer camp programming, the kids will rotate through art, music, dance, and drama. We'll do a culminating event on Friday afternoons at 4 o'clock. Each camp week will have a different centralized theme.
Parents can still register for summer camps at the South Fulton, Abernathy, and West End Art Centers. Slots at the Southwest Arts Center are full. Camp is open to youth ages 5 to 16. Call either of the art centers on the screen for information or visit fultonarts.org. And finally, some toddlers are proving that they already love reading. When story time is as fun as it is at the Northeast Sproul Oaks Library, it's easy to see why. Reciting nursery rhymes, ABCs, and having plenty of space to move around can actually help kids become strong readers.
I mean, when the kids are actually, or when the children are in an environment like this where, you know, the stories are sometimes repetitive, you know, so if the child didn't quite catch a concept in the previous week or in the previous day, you know, it's reinforced again with another, you know, with another similar story.
According to earlymoments.com, storytime can help toddlers develop basic speech skills, which can eventually help them to perform better in school. Parents, caregivers, and their children can listen to stories every week at any of the county's libraries. Again, just log on to afpls.org for more information. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs right here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.